Good morning, everybody. I'd like to complete our assignment of workshop entitled The Art of Virtual Teaching. But before that, let me introduce myself first. My name is Birgiawati, but you can call me Mampirci. I am the English teacher of a senior high school Sit Tulubupakam, Deli Serdang, North Sumatra. Well, here I'd like to interpret the explanation given by Dr. Sunaina Abijah. As a teacher, I should develop my communication strategy between myself and students and between myself with the parents. During the pandemic, the learning process are given by virtual. It means students study from home and teacher working from home. Here, teacher cannot observe or see the student activity. The student may sleep, watch TV, chat with the other students, or play game. Thus, we need the communication to the parents to know exactly whether the students study seriously. Besides that, the teacher should create material of virtual learning using sophisticated tools to make the student interested in learning in virtual teaching. Even the teacher is not beside them to control them directly. In virtual learning, is needed more attention from the teacher to know exactly the condition of the student. If the student have bad mood or a problem, the teacher had better make private communication with him or her in order to make sure that the student receive our message clearly. Therefore, before the virtual teaching, teacher has to make sure that the student must know what is the goal of learning. Second, how to do the worksheet, where to find the teaching sequences and other activity supplementary revision. To hold PDCA, plan, do, check, and act, a teacher has to coordinate with the other teacher to set the goal and collaboration design lesson. After that, in the virtual learning process, some other teachers are observing the lesson. And then, when the learning process is over, all the teachers will meet together to analyze and discuss ways to reteach the lesson again to make the lesson more effective for students. From the explanation above, my friend and I, as an English teacher, we promise to do PDCA, plan, do, check, and act in learning process for next semester. And we are very sure that we can do it well to make English lesson is fun for students to learn. We do hope so. The conclusion that I can interpret from Malvin Jail are, as a teacher, I should take care of my mental health and also my student health is very important. If we can do it well, I'm sure that students are able to face challenges in life. They can decrease anxiety and stress, and also they can increase They focus and productivity. The student can get the goal of his life or her life, and finally, their dream will come true. Teacher is a mentor. She or he should help the student build their mental and emotional strength by giving positive attitude, push self-motivation, and also teacher must make the student has adaptability of the situation in his or her life. There are many activities can be done to take care of our mental health, such as yoga, brain game, or listening an harmony music, while inhale or exhale for a minute by imagining beautiful scenery of natural. All the activities may be done when we feel our student sleepy, feel bored, or a little bit tired to study. I'm sure after doing the activity of taking care of mental health, both student and teacher will feel fresh. Then the students are ready to study. Finally, the goal of learning process can be reached as well as we plan. As a teacher, sometimes I just care about the learning process without observing the student condition before the learning process begins. After I listen the explanation carefully from Ma'am Malvinda, I do agree that the activity of taking care of mental health should be done to make myself and my student enjoy the learning process, so that the student will feel much more love for themselves, so that they will try hard to get the goal of his or her life, and the dream will come true. I do hope it. From the presentation given by Mr. Sarabich, I tried to conclude that to hold a meaningful online teaching, there are some steps to be done. First, I should show my face and my student also. Second, I should prepare the material or video short and clear. And third, I should give a test by using smartphone. Fourth, I should sum the results of the material from anywhere, internet, textbook, or etc. And the last one, I should invite the student to take part in interactive activity. During the online teaching, teacher must make communication personal, such as call the name of the student's name, be ourselves, use emotive language to encourage the student active in learning process, and if the student give right or wrong answer, the teacher can give appropriate emoji to make the online teaching avoid boring and make it more interesting. When I did the suggestion from Mr. Sarabit Singh, my students have more attention to learn the material well. They are happy. They feel enjoy to learn the material by responding my answer actively. And also, when they send some emojis to express their feeling about their friend's answer or opinion, it is really interesting. Thank you, Mr. Sarabit Singh. Thank you so much. I tried to interpret the explanation given by Mr. Rago. There are three assessments: assessment as learning, assessment for learning, and assessment of learning. First, the assessment as learning, it is done spontaneously. It is done to see whether the student have attention to the learning process or not. Assessment for learning is done in informative. Here, teacher can monitor the student on a day-by-day basis, and here the teacher can modify the material of learning based on what exactly the students needed to get the goal of their life. The third one is assessment of learning. It is done in summative. It is done after the learning process happened to look back the past learning. It is terminal evaluation to compare the student performance or achievement with the others. Well, that's all about my conclusion of our workshop entitled The Art of Virtual Teaching. I do hope that as a teacher, I try to conduct my virtual teaching or a traditional teaching by doing some suggestion from the mentor, and I'm really sure that all the explanation is very clear to understand. And thank you very much for the time. Thank you very much for your suggestion, and God bless us. Okay, thank you. See you next time.